Welcome back. Let's see how Westvolt did on the biz wheel. Mike.
Miranda, on the marketing side, such a clear understanding of your different target markets. The tender business, the walk-in business, and the marine side has what scored you an orange. On the sales side, also an orange. Love the way you track those things, watching those tenders, entering every one, seeing how you're doing. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Thane?
Financially, I'm going to give you an orange, Miranda. The reason for that is it's very important to live in the financial here and now when it comes to finances, but it's also crucial to look to the financial future. Administratively, the wire is also plugged into orange because I know that you're busy reviewing your processes and your administration, but fantastic that you realize administration is just as important as sales and marketing.
Okay, well, Miranda, how are you feeling about those results?
I feel good. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the professional assessment. It's important to me in my way forward.
Okay, well, let's see what you need to do to get to green, right? So Thane, let's start with you. What stands out for you as something key Miranda needs to address?
Miranda has a really serious issue in that her tender business consists of competing with her supplier. That has got to have an impact on her pricing. So Miranda, can I suggest you do a few things? Source alternative suppliers. Maybe even import the product from overseas. You want to adjust your margins because a tender consists of various elements. Adjust your margins in the other areas so that you become more competitive. But also what I really would like you to do is add value to your tender. So rather than estimate delivery periods, guarantee delivery periods. Maybe those guarantee periods that are on the tender, you extend them voluntarily, and that way you can improve your tender value.
Great.
A lot of your business comes from tendering, so let's make sure you get it right. Now, it's hard to write a charismatic tender document, but there are some things you can do to get it right. Start off by calling them first. Find out what it is that they want from the tender. Send them maybe a small pre-tender document, a little letter about your company, then do some research. Find out exactly what it is they want, and then I always say to people, follow those guidelines so carefully, Miranda. Make sure whatever it is they're asking for, that's what you're delivering. And at the same time, use testimonials. You've got great clients who love you. When you're writing the document, use the word you as much as possible. You will find the following. You will enjoy these benefits. Make it all about them all the time. And remember, keep it professional. Make sure the spelling's correct, everything like that. And then a very, very strange thing is understand which font to use. A serif font's got those curly little things at the end, like Times New Roman. Much easier to read. Another thing you might want to do is just to try and sign the document in a blue pen. It gives it a personal feeling. This isn't photocopied. I actually read it and I've signed it myself. And then finally, follow up on all these things.
Mike, isn't tendering very competitive from a price point of view, though?
Absolutely. It's all about price. Unfortunately, Miranda's working in a very, very price-sensitive market. And when you're working in a price-sensitive market, there are also some things you need to pay attention to. First of all, you need to create your own space. Some way that makes you stand out from the competition, so it's not just about price. Then learn to work smarter, not just cheaper. Make sure when you're sending a delivery out, you've maximized on it. Pitch the value, not just the price. Make sure there's something that you're giving them. Some information, some support, anything that they can do on that side. And then remember, when pitching price, you can only talk to certain customers. Some customers only want price from you. It's no use talking about value. It's no use, just talk to the people in the right language. And then finally, build loyalty. Get them to understand what you yourself give to the company, give to them.
I like what Mike says because we often as business owners think people look for the cheapest price, but they're actually looking for value. Now, value is what you get, price is what you pay. So how you build value would be things like maybe you have a frequent shopper bonus points. Extend your guarantees, as I mentioned before. Maybe you want to provide a free delivery service. So what you're trying to do is make the client aware that you are going that extra mile.
Wow, okay.
So Thane, if you can't rely on pricing, what about alternative income?
Although your tender business is a great part of your business, Miranda, I would really like to see you expand that. Maybe you want to get an income that is repetitive, regular and reliable. For example, you could go to the commercial landlords in the area and offer to do, for a fee, not for free, an audit of the electrical components or the electrical systems in their businesses. And the report would consist of photographs and a description of what you believe is required in that building. So in the immediate term, you could say there are 3 light bulbs that need replacing. In the medium term, you could say, well, you know, that there's a rust appearing on certain light boxes. In the long term, there's a new generator going to be required, and you price those things. What that's going to do is going to give you 2 bites at the cherry. Number one, you're going to get paid for transferring your expertise by telling people what you need, what they need, and secondly, you might even get the opportunity to provide the service.
Yes.
And repetitive income will always enhance your value of your business when you want to sell it one day. The other thing I'd really like you to do is your walk-in business needs to be expanded. And I want you not to just expand the walk-in business at the current rates, because remember, it's about the value. Customers want to come to you because they know you've got knowledgeable staff and that you have a one-stop shop so that they can solve all their electrical solutions in one visit.
Okay.
When those customers are visiting you, that first thing they see, that first impression is so important. It's so important for you to see your business through your customers' eyes. And one of the best ways to do that is to take a camera with you, because a camera doesn't listen to excuses. It shows you exactly where it is. So please don't underestimate how important it is, the appearance when people arrive at the shop. And another first impression is your website. A little bit of a tweak there, easier navigation, more information, make a huge difference to that site.
Okay, well, any final thoughts from you, Thane?
You know, if you look at your business this year, next year, 3 years' time, 5 years' time, what's actually happening is your business is getting older, but so are you. So what we've got to realize is we've got to build some value in that business. And because you're the main technical person, I'd like you to transfer those skills that you have, that knowledge that you have, to your staff. But don't only do it with on-the-job training. Get your suppliers in. Have a half-an-hour session on a Monday morning where they train your other staff members so that they can get to a level that you're at. Because what's going to happen, it's going to make your business more valuable. And when you want to sell it one day, it's a much more valuable business than if it relies on you totally. Miranda, when a business owner wants to exit the business, there are 3 common mistakes they make. They either leave it too late, or the business is too dependent on them, or they think the business is worth more than it actually is. Yeah. So to avoid that in your case, what I'd really like you to do is to decide when is your target date to sell this business or exit this business. You also need to decide to whom you are going to sell this business. If you're going to do that, what you need to do is get the person involved into the business, train them. If you're going to sell it to a conglomerate, maybe what you need to do is provide systems so that the business is not dependent on you. And lastly, I really would like you to have your business valued by a business valuer. And that person can tell you what the value is today and what you need to do to improve the value going forward.
So much great advice, though, Miranda.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Excited about it?
Yes, I am.
Tonight's question comes from Douglas Mwiba, who owns a corporate gifting business. He says, I've opened a business and done everything right, but can't get any business because of unfair competition. What can I do? Mike, Thane?
Difficult one to answer, Andile, because I'm not sure what he means by unfair. Does it mean illegal? Does it mean immoral? If I had a little more information, I could guide you there. But my advice to him, if you can't compete in that market, find another market you can compete in.
Everyone's entitled to compete in the free economy, but it's got to be done lawfully. Now, what I would suggest Douglas does is he goes to the person he's complaining about, tells them what the problem is, either go to the society that they're a member of or an association that they're a member of, place complaint there. If that doesn't help, go to the courts, fire an attorney. The courts will decide whether that action is fair and honest based on the boni mores or what the community feels.
Some fancy words there, Thane. Also some great advice. When we come back, we'll hear more about the platforms Nedbank supports for small business owners. Stay tuned.